So in this example we will see that how we can read 100 mass emails and what are the who has sent the email and the subject line, what are the time. So all data we will see that how we can read. And so for this I have created one process here, 100 Gmail messages, 100 Gmail emails. So this is what the workflow, the process name is. So how we can read, so we will see it here. So for this, for reading purpose we use IMAP activity. So first of all, if you want to read the emails, we will use this IMAP activity here. First of all, here we have some options that we have to pass, like port, server, email, password. All this property we have to pass to work this. So the email address from which we want to read the data, from which we want to read the emails. So in double quote I will pass my email address seti.nadeem@gmail.com. The password we can pass it here. So this, since if you will pass the password here, this is a string type of password going and it is visible. I don't want to, so I want to encrypt the password. So for this I will take activity get password. So what basically I want to do it here, I want to store the password into one variable and want to pass the variable into here so that it will not be visible. So here I will pass the password. This is my password. See, when I type the password, it is showing star star star, not a string value it is showing. And we can store it here. So Control K, pwd. You can pass it here. So here we have string variable created and we have stored into this password variable. Now we can pass the password variable directly here. Now the next thing, port and server address. Since it is Gmail, for example, if you want to read the corporate emails, so their port address will be different and server address will be different than this. So here Gmail port address and server address is open. We can directly find it from Google. So here we can type directly Gmail port and server address. We can get it here. So open the first link here for IMAP and for SMTP. This is for outgoing mail and this is for incoming. We are not sending, so we don't require this. We are reading. So the port address we have to pass it 993 and the server address we have to pass imap.gmail.com. SSL is required, so we need to check this SSL. So here coming to this part, I'll pass, since it is a number type, so we are not passing into the double quote. It is not a string value that we are passing here, we are passing number, so no need to put it into double quote. Here server address we have to pass IMAP. Now we are going to pass a string, so we need to keep it into double quote, imap.gmail.com. This is the server address we have to pass for Gmail. This server address is for Gmail and this port is for Gmail. If you want to use some other emails, then we need to pass accordingly. So here I don't require this, we don't want to delete and I don't want to mark as read, just I want to read 100 messages. So that's why I will check this, because I want to read only 100 messages. Here top 30 emails, I don't want to read top 30, I just want to read top 10 emails. So I'll change this to 10. And the output, this is we need to for example, if we have read the emails which are 100 from this email address, so after reading this we need to hold somewhere. So for holding that variable, we need to create a variable that can hold that value, that can hold that data. So this output, in this output we will hold the emails. So Control K, I'll create a variable named 100 emails. 100 emails. Here the email 100 email variable created, and here password variable created. The password variable type is string, but here once we created this 100 email, this variable type is list type of email message. So this is some basic this is some different between these both variables. So I'll explain it here. See, once we click over here, what we are seeing here, this is the system collection generic dot list. So this is the list type. This is collection type of list type of collection variable. This is not a variable actually in programming terminology. This is an object, and this object type is also this the argument we are passing. Means we are saying that we are storing the mail message type of data into this list type of collection, and collection itself is a object. So object means this is a collection of object. So this is not a variable, this is an object, and what we are storing here in this list type of variable, but in this UiPath we say it variable. So no problem, we can say it variable as well. We will not say object. So variable. So this list type of variable, we are storing mail message type of value here. So we have passed all the values. Now since we have read the emails, so for now I just want to check, let me close this, that how many emails are 100. So here we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 emails are 100. So how we can find using this UiPath that how many emails are 100. So for this I will use WriteLine activity, and we can collect that details from this variable itself only, because it's have all the value, all the emails that are 100. So we can directly here pass this variable, and we have, when we put the dot control space, so we have lots of options. So among these we have option like count. This is the property we have required. We want to read, we want to count that how many emails are 100. Basically how many emails are stored inside this 100 emails variable. So we are trying to count that, but here it is throwing some error and saying that we will see that this is implicit conversion. Means implicit conversion is not possible here from integer to string. So the value is coming integer type, and we have to convert into the string. So the conversion it is not happening, so we need to typecast. For typecast we generally use toString here for in UiPath. So toString we are typecasted, toString for string type we can. So now this is okay. Now no more error. Now let's run the workflow, run the process, and now we'll see that how many emails it is going to show. The workflow executed. Now open this output panel, and here 5 emails are 100. Let me again. Now how many emails are 100? 3 emails are 100. Let me run it once again. Now we are getting 3 emails. So come here. So now my requirement is to read the subject line of that who has sent this email. So who is the sender I want to read, and what is the subject. This is the subject. So what are the subject I want to read, and what are the date. So this value we can also find it here. So for this, for example, we have read the entire email that are unread, and we store into list type of variable. Now we want to read the subject and sender of the email address. So first of all, we need to get one email address, and how we can read emails one by one by using the loop. So we need to iterate. So for that we can use for each loop. For each loop we have for each loop to iterate the value, iterate the emails. So for that, what we can do here, we can pass this email address that we have stored, this email variable, 100 email variable, we can pass it here because this is list type of emails. The emails we have stored into the list variable. So we can iterate here 100 and pass it here, and here we can change, since it is already since it is item, but I don't want to keep it item. We are reading emails, so here lots of emails are coming, so we want to store into one email. This is local type of variable, you can keep whatever we want to. So I'll keep a meaningful name, I will put on one meaningful name like email. So lots of emails are here, one email I want to store. So every time iteration will happen and one email will come into this email variable. Now we can process this email variable inside this loop. So how we can do it? So for this I'll use one assign activity, or we can use write line as well. Let me use write line. So how we can do this? We can pass this email, and from this email, since we have more than one email here, and we have stored one email into here, so this email we need to collect the subject. So see here, the subject is not coming. Control space, we are getting this 1 2 3 4 5, only 5 properties we are getting, other properties we are not getting. So somewhere we are doing some mistake, and what mistakes we need to understand. So here when we use this for each activity, what we are doing, there are lots of mail, means more than one mail in this variable, and we are storing into one variable. So when we are holding it into somewhere, we need to provide that variable name. So here in this property panel we have some options. When we click over this for each loop over here, we'll get this option. If you click outside somewhere, this property panel, this properties will not come. So this loop itself has some properties. So here we can see that the argument type, the type of argument we need to pass, like earlier it was object, we can pass anything whatever we want to. And here the values that we passed here means the variable name which you want to iterate, and here the output means if you want to store somewhere, so this will be indexed type. I don't want to store somewhere because we are locally processing this inside this loop only, we have to process. So for that we have iterated and stored into this email variable right here. But here while holding we are storing this emails into this object. This is just an object, means this is not email types of object or some special type of object. This is a simple object. So when we are storing into the simple object, these emails we are storing into the simple object, what is happening? We are losing the properties of the emails. So that's why when we were passing it here email and dot, so we were not getting other options. So for example, if I'll change this here, since this is object type, so what it is doing, all the emails it is holding into one object, and it is not differentiating, it is not understanding that what are the subject, what are the what are the date. It is not storing into one separate type of properties or variables inside that. So that's why we are not getting those properties here. So we need to here, we need to pass email type of mail message type of variable. See here, now since I have changed here, so we will get now control plus space, we will get lots of options. See here, lots of options. Why it came? Because we changed this argument type. So now we are able to, we have stored into some special type of objects, so that we are getting the special type of properties here. But my requirement is to read the subject. Let me control S subject. But here we are not finding the subject type of property, and the reason is, this is a very critical part that we really need to understand, that we do mistakes here. This is very critical part. We need to give some more focus to understand what we have done here. We have stored this since we have iterated this 100 emails type of email, and we are storing into this email. And what we are doing here, this is list type of variable, right? And now we are also storing into the list type of collection variable, the list type of collection variable which we want to store into this mail message. So we are taking the list variable and we are iterating it, and we are storing into also the list type of collection variable. So again we need to iterate. So this is not the data type what we need to declare it here. Why? Because since it was list type, and we use this for each to iterate that variable. So after iterating this, every time one new email will come, and that new email should be stored into that type of variable that will not be a collection type. Earlier it was collection type, but now it should not be a collection type. So what else type we can declare? We can directly put the mail message type. So we will directly pass the variable system.net.mail.mail message type. So here this variable is not listing, so we'll browse system system.net.mail mail message. Where is the mail message? Now system.net.mail.mail message, this variable we need to pass here. So what now, we have passed system.net.mail.mail message. So what we are doing here, once again, this is the list type of emails, list type of variable. So more than one emails are coming, and we are iterating it, and we are storing into one. Every time we are iterating and storing one email. So here we are declaring only mail message type of variable, because every time one email we are processing. So now control space, and now we can see that here subject property is coming. So now select subject, control S. Let's run the workflow. Here in output, 3 emails are unread. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, somewhere some thing is not working correctly. So leave those part here. The subject line, since we have read here the subject line, that what are the subject of the emails, right? So here the subject is of this subject is this one. You have exhausted 10 leaves day. Here you have exhausted 10 leaves days, right? The second one, here this a reminder, you know about this. So here reminder, and the third one your path test. So your path test. Now this should also be ended, and this should be only. Now how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have 6, so it should come 6, and all 6 subject line should come. 6. Now it's working. 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 subject line we got it here. We got here, and what else we can do? So we have read the subject. We can also find that who has sent the email. So how we can do? Email dot to who has sent. So who has sent from, we can pass here the from address, but here it is throwing error. What it is saying that here, oh my god, here the cannot convert to the string, so we need to typecast it here. So to string. Now no error. We can also read date. We can also read date, but date variable we cannot get here. See, date is not coming. Time is also not coming. So how we can get date or time when we receive this? So this value we can get from the headers. Here this date and time we can gather from the headers. This date and time we can get from the headers part. We can pass actually, so we can pass an argument like date here. So we are passing this date argument, so we can after passing this date we can get the date value. Headers, subject we have received here, we received the from address and headers. So from headers we are reading the date value, and let me run and see whether the date value is coming or not. Here number of emails unread are 5. 1 2 3 4 5, correct. Now this is the subject line for first email, and who has means sender of the email, and this is the date we are coming. We are getting this date again. This is subject line, this is sender name, and this one is the date. So we are getting the data correctly. There is no issue. Now what else we can do? We can also read here. Apart from to, we have lots of other options. Control plus space. We can read VCC. We can find attachment, body, CC, that who is in CC. We can also read. We can we read the from as well as, and also we can read sender variant to who has sent. So we can read lots of data from here. So that's it for now. Bye.